Hi everyone, it's Amy. So today we're going to talk about deviant fantasies. I know this sounds like a fun, salacious topic, but it's really very serious. At its core, what we've been talking about is cognitive restructuring and truly understanding that your thoughts and your feelings dictate your behavior. So we have to delve into what you're thinking, why you're thinking it, and what we can do to change it, okay? So first let's talk about fantasies themselves. Fantasies are good. That's the first thing you need to accept. Fantasies are also not sexual. Gotta accept that too. Let's fantasize for a minute about winning the lottery. It's nice. Or you could fantasize about becoming a famous artist or an author, or fantasize about getting a better job. These are all fantasies and they're all good. Sexual fantasies, also good. Sometimes very good. Not bad. I am not going to tell you that healthy sexual fantasies are a bad thing. But see, that's the key. Healthy sexual fantasies. Fantasizing about having sex with someone, or maybe even a few someones, that's not bad. It's not deviant. Fantasies are simply a way of planning for the future, an idea or an image, not necessarily based in reality. So they are good, and they can be helpful to you if you're using them to reach a goal. Fantasies can make you feel better. So there, I am giving you permission to fantasize away. But notice I said healthy or non-deviant fantasies. So what's the difference? What's the difference between deviant and non-deviant? It might not be what you think. Many of you have pretty good imaginations, I'm guessing. So let's talk about non-deviant fantasies. They do not objectify someone. That's the first thing. If you just see a woman as tits and ass and not someone with thoughts and feelings, then you are objectifying. Number two, a non-deviant fantasy includes free consent, no manipulation. This means consent without coercion. If you're being coercive, you might say things like, "Oh, I guess you don't love me." Or, "If you love me, you trust me that we'll do this." Or maybe saying, "Oh, I don't know, maybe it's time we go our separate ways." Those are all ways of coercing someone. Number three, non-deviant fantasies are age appropriate. This means an age difference of no more than 5 years either way. Now, there's a little wiggle room for this as you get older. For instance, if you're 55 and someone's 45, that's okay. All right, but this 5-year guideline is really good when you are younger. For instance, if you are 30 and the other person is 18, although this is legal, it is not age appropriate. All right, number four, non-deviant fantasies do not contain any illegal elements. For example, sex with a child is illegal and therefore deviant. Children cannot engage in sexual activities. And number five, non-deviant fantasies do not cause any harm to you or to someone else. Interactions in non-deviant fantasies should be healthy and equal, and the relationship should be nurturing. So, that brings us to deviant fantasies. So, deviant fantasies are objectifying. If you are focusing on body parts, breasts, rear end, just the face, or feet, yes, feet, a lot of people with feet, rather than looking at the whole person as a person, not just as some of your parts, then it is objectifying. Non-consensual. If consent is not freely given, it is deviant. And that, like I said, includes children who cannot give permission. Even if they give in or agree, it is not truly consent. They are not capable of consenting when they are children. Age appropriate. Someone must be of legal age, or use that 5-year rule. When in doubt, use the 5-year rule. Here's something. You can ask for someone's ID, you know. You can ask. It might be embarrassing to ask for someone's ID to see if they're of age, but it's also embarrassing to be arrested. All right, illegal. If a fantasy is deviant, there could be an illegal component to it. Any activity that is against the law. If you give someone a pill to make them incapable of proper consent, if they are underage, all part of a deviant fantasy. And number 5, harmful to yourself or others. This includes not just physical violence, but psychological or emotional harm. If there is unequal status in the relationship, any of these elements make it deviant. So, if I have just single-handedly killed your fantasy life, I will say tough shit to that. Especially if you're a sex offender or on the edge of offending, deviant fantasies can eventually lead to action, right? You're going to act out on those fantasies, potentially at some point. Look, developing non-deviant fantasies helps you in a lot of ways. They help you develop respect for others. They help you recognize that other people have thoughts and feelings. They help you to not see people as objects. They help you practice a healthy regard for the law. And they help you learn to respect the boundaries and rights of other people. So, if you are having deviant fantasies, fear not. Next time, we are going to talk about some ways to handle deviant fantasies. All right? So, what do I always say? Please subscribe to this channel. Share these videos for awareness. Share these videos with someone who you think can benefit from them. And hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We now have a Facebook group. All right? All the information is in the About portion of this channel. So there's no excuse. You can find me. I am the most findable person. And I am happy to communicate with you. So, until next time, everyone. Be well.